Hey home bakers, it's Jack here at bakewithjack.co.uk, bringing you your weekly bread making tip every single Thursday. And this week, what is stone baked bread? What does that even mean? A stone? Hey you guys, welcome back, and as always, if you're a newbie, hey, welcome. Welcome to the party, welcome to us. We hang out here every single week, and we hang out and have a chat in the comments. We hang out, and you guys send me some questions, and I'll do my best to answer them every single week about bread. This is how we roll, so if you fancy it, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week as well. Hey, so this week, I'm going to talk about stone-baked bread. Stone-baked bread. You might read stone-baked ciabatta, stone-baked bloomer, or stone-baked this, that, and the other, but most commonly, you're probably more familiar with the stone-baked pizza. And a stone-baked bread is bread that is baked on a stone. And I'm talking about stone like the stones on your driveway. I'm talking about a stone like this stone that's very reflective, so I hold it the other way around, and that way you can't see that big massive light shining my eyeballs. Now this is a stone that you bake on, and it's basically a big, very heavy chunk of granite that I have in my oven, and you can get these made out of all sorts of stuff, granite or other things, other stone related materials, I don't know. But the point is, it lives in your oven. I'm going to put down that's heavy. It lives in your oven on the oven shelf, and it's hot when you put your bread in. So when something's stone baked, it basically means you're sliding that dough, raw dough, straight onto that hot stone. And when it hits that stone, it gets a booster. It jumps up into the air just as if you would do if someone slid you on your naked bottom onto a red hot stone. Immediate contact with that heat on the bottom of the dough makes it jump. You get maximum oven spring that way because it's immediate contact, transferring of heat via contact underneath that dough. Does that make sense? Hits the heat, puffs up. Incidentally, a baker's oven, if you've ever seen a baker's oven, it's like a letterbox. It's not like a letterbox. Letterboxes are like this big. They're massive and they're really quite narrow. Is that the right word? I feel like I want to say narrow, but it feels wrong. It's narrow and they have these little things. And you open a door and put all the bread in. The reason they're narrow is because they're all made out of stone, right? The whole bottom of them is made out of stone. The whole bottom of the oven is made out of stone. And the top one, the bottom of it is made out of stone. And the middle one, the bottom of it is made out of stone. They're all made out of stone. So the idea is all the bread gets slid with a big giant peel, which is a big piece of wood that looks like a shovel, onto that then stone. And everything is stone baked. When I worked in the bakery, Master Baker Paul, I think he used to get like 36 ovens on 36 loaves of bread on that one oven, in each oven, like 3 ovens, 36 loaves of bread in each. That's a lot of bread in one go, but it's all been baked on the stone. That's how they do it. And you'll see a pizza oven, for example, the raw dough is just slid onto that stone and stone baked. So my stone lives in my oven always. And if I'm baking directly on the stone, it really helps with a big puff. And if I'm making, for example, a loaf of bread in a tin, that goes straight on the stone, and it's still immediate heat on that tin, which is nice, and it gives it a little booster. And if in the case of the cinnamon buns, the malted cinnamon bun recipe that I put onto my website, by the way, it's there if you want to have a look, I baked that in the tray on the stone, and the immediate heat of that stone caused the sugar and the butter and the underneath of the bread dough to caramelize and make it wicked chewy, almost a little bit like a tart tatin. Because if you think about the immediate heat underneath, it's almost sizzling there underneath while the bread is baking on the top. Same principle with the focaccia. It's almost frying underneath, and the olive oil making it really, really crispy. And that's what stone baked is. So get yourself a big massive granite stone or whatever baking stone that you can find online. This is just a chunk of granite that lives in my oven 24/7. That's where it hangs out. Listen, I hope this has helped you out once again. You know, I try and bring you something useful every week. Sometimes it's not very useful. Some people tell me it's not very useful. I hope this is useful to you. And yeah, don't forget to click subscribe if you want to, and I'll share a bit of wisdom with you every single week. And I'll see you I'll see you next week. Get yourself a baking stone. See you later.